Damn, that was a pretty good last Friday of the month. Wonder how many days I have until I can finish this. Oh, shit.
Rocking ice like I'm trying to make a knot go down. 21. 21.
Pierre is a fucking master at just creating a vibe. Dude's such a fantastic producer, and sure, his voice might not be the most unique thing in the world, but God, it really adds to the aesthetic of his songs. Some really sick electronic plunderphonics shit. It's really interesting to listen to. This makes me so happy seeing Rina collab with someone as big as Elton John. She really deserves it. Such a beautiful and catchy songs. I love how much groove the drums add to this song, and Lucy's voice is just really pretty. Holy shit, a hyperpop song with a fucking structure? What the fuck? In all seriousness, this is really amazing. Easily one of the best quote-unquote like hyperpop songs I've heard like ever. This is a really fun song. I don't have much else to say. Willow's voice fits rock music really well. This is most likely a taste of what her next album's gonna be like, so I'm pretty excited. I love how self-aware the song is, that it's so silly sampling the Saw theme, especially for a Saw movie, and 21 just kills it as usual. This song is so good. This sample and Mike's voice fits so well together, it's great. This is fucking incredible. Everything about this, from the grand instrumental and Simz flows and lyrics, oh my god. And this is only the intro to her next album, dude, oh my god. Yeah, this Black Midi album is about to be great. The vocals on this are so pretty, and I love how the song switches and builds. It's so good, even if it took me a couple listens for me to fully appreciate it. Not gonna lie, this took a couple listens to fully grow on me. It's a pretty nice chill song, but also a banger somehow. And Travis has a good feature for once, which is nice. Bro, when I'm telling you, my eyes almost watered right when I heard the first guitar melody. Oh my god. And don't even get me started on the chorus, dude. Are you kidding me? Holy fuck, this is probably their best album since F Sharp. The second half of this album is fucking immaculate and has some of their most standout songs ever. The amount of detail on this album is absolutely insane. I really can't even comprehend it. Plus the mastering on this is amazing as well. This project has a lot of really interesting and fun ideas, even if they're way too short. This guy has a lot of potential to create something insane in the future. This album is just 33 minutes of pure bliss for me. I love Benny's voice, and the instrumentation on here is so soothing. While this album has some of Brockhampton's most emotionally potent songs, and as a whole I like it, the sound of some of these songs, especially on the second half, aren't that great, sadly. Such a good fucking black metal album. All of the melodies and riffs on this are so sick. A really beautiful EP of acoustic and psychedelic Japanese songs. I definitely recommend checking this one out if you like stuff like Ichiko Ayoba and Midair Thief. Except Midair Thief isn't Japanese, fuck. One of the more self-aware and funniest post-rock bands I've heard this year. I feel like these guys could have an absolutely killer debut album when they eventually do one. Pink Seafood delivers essentially a sequel album to his fucking great album from last year, and although it's stylistically different a fair bit, it's on the same level as quality, and maybe even a bit better than the original. It's insane how beautifully chaotic and intense this is. Songs like Twigs and Ultima get me lost in this perpetual stank face mixed with an offbeat head sway, and I love it. This is such a really good debut album from a new indie/space rock artist, which has a lot of fucking potential. A lot of passages on this are so beautiful and catchy. I want people to check this out, so if you like car seat headrest at all, I would probably recommend this to you. Who knew something so noisy and blown out could be so beautiful at the same time? Holy shit, dude. Cemetery on this just sounds like an omnipotent being that just creates chaos and destruction to the whole world, and it's fucking incredible. Also, Mimi by the River is like Cemetery's best song. Like, what the fuck is this song? What is it? It's a fucking creature. This is very easily album project of the year for me right now. I mean, there's a couple good songs. A really nice release from KKB as always. I'm excited to see how this sound carries over and builds to their next project. This is really good, but the glitched out fast-paced songs are easily the best parts for me. Like the fact that Musician and Dick in My Ass are back to back has gotta be illegal. One day y'all will appreciate Lil Yachty and his music. One day. Probably the most stylistically varied Midwest emo album I've heard. There's so many fun, quirky, in a good way lyrics, and sometimes beautifully passionate vocals. Origami Angel continued to impress me and make me forget that they're only a two-person band, especially with a lot of the constantly shifting instrumentation on this. Just a half hour of really pleasant sounding math rock. Every song on here has a specific moment or melody that just makes me fucking ascend. Man, this is so good. If you get rid of the second half, I wanted to shout this out because I don't see anybody talking about this album. There's some really beautiful instrumentals and some really sick rapping. Plus, this album cover is fucking incredible, dude. While I sadly didn't really fuck with the show all that much, one of my favorite parts of Yasuke was the music, and hearing it all together in an album format is really sick. Drone metal is so fire, especially if it has a beautifully haunting vocalist like this album. A little disappointed in this album, not gonna lie. It's still a pretty good R&B/neo-soul album, but I was just expecting a bit more after almost 5 years. Another album I was expecting more from after 5 years, but it's still pretty good anyway. This is kind of being promoted as the hyperpop Yo Gabba Gabba, and like the show, it sometimes goes hard, but it's mostly kind of annoying. The first Cake Pop project is so easily better than this. I really think this EP should get a lot of attention, so if sort of bit-crushed bedroom pop and emo sound interesting to you, please check it out. It sounded like a fucking robot. Definitely one of the most interestingly produced rap albums I've heard this year for sure. I personally found this to be way more consistent than I thought it was going to be, but the biggest takeaway I got from it is that Superstar sounds like if South Park tried to make a Future parody for some reason. Okay, so you'd figure if they changed the main color on the cover to red, that there would be more aggressive songs or more bangers, but no, that's not what we got at all. Oh my god, this sucks.